So I'm out here walking these mean Brooklyn streets and nothing but nerdy thoughts on my mind. So I decided it's time for a video. No matter where I'm at. Oh man, I'm from New York. Wait a minute. There's a rat. I'm just walking. Anyway, lads and ladettes, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in to the latest video of, what do you want to call it, the walking and talking series. But I will say this. This is a video about my relationship with Xbox, my experience with Xbox. So as you know, I'm walking in the streets and, well, things tend to happen, like somebody driving by and blasting music. But, so my relationship with Xbox, it all started from the original Xbox, of course. Absolutely loved Xbox. That was my go-to system for everything that came out on Xbox, be it exclusives, third parties, whatever. But I also had a PS2 and a GameCube, played those for their exclusives. But the Xbox was my main system. Everybody complained about the Duke when it first came out, the original Xbox controller that's basically huge compared to according to everybody else. And, well, then they came out with the smaller version. I think they called it the Xbox Controller S or something. I'm not even 100% sure, but it sounds familiar. But basically, the first Xbox was good. When there was ever an issue with the disc tray, you would just use the laser disc cleaner thing, or you would use a can of air. That worked perfectly, no issues. Now, next gen, that's when stuff started to get complicated, because that's when things became more digital and USBs, and it just became a little bit more complicated. So they came across some new issues. And basically, we all know about the Xbox 360 and the red ring of death. So I absolutely have a story for that. So, and I remember it very distinctly. I was still a teenager, and WWE Smackdown versus Raw 2007 came out. That was a great game, by the way. That was my last favorite WWE game. I haven't played a WWE game since maybe 2K18. And 19 didn't look interesting, and 20 was just a buggy mess from what I've heard, from what has been reported. Do I care to do it? Do I care to even try it? No. I don't even watch WWE right now. I'm a huge wrestling fan, but I don't even watch WWE right now. But everybody loves a good wrestling game. But they love a good wrestling game when it works. But as I digress, my WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 had came out. I was home playing it and enjoying it very much. And then the game crashes. I don't even know what's going on. I unplug it, leave it out for 30 seconds, plug it back in, and what happens? The red ring of death. Xbox is just dead. So now I'm mad. Because at this point, I think I didn't have a PS3. I didn't have anything. I had my original Xbox and I think a PS2 and maybe still a GameCube. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I do remember this. I remember playing the original Xbox very heavily in this time when I had to send it into Microsoft for them to fix it. And I was playing it extremely heavily. I think I still had a VCR in my room. And this is just me being a teenager. But basically, I sent it in, fixed it. Now, I was wondering what was going on when they sent it back to me. Fixed, of course, but I had no power cord. So for months and months and months, I'm calling them and they said, all right, we'll send you something. We'll send you your power cord back. And I got nothing for months until maybe around the 3-month mark. I'm sitting at home playing my previous gen Xbox, beating games I done beat 5 times already. Because that was a generation where I still beat games. But, yep, throwing shade on myself. And basically, my mom calls because she's frustrated at this point. You know, she paid for the Xbox 360 and she's frustrated. So she calls them, what's going on with y'all over there? What's going on with y'all over there? Why can't my son play his Xbox? And they're like, man, we don't know what's going on. Well, he's been missing his components. And yes, she used that word. He's been missing his components and he can't play his controller. I mean, his console. And it has no power, and my son can't play his game. What is your problem? I lie to you, no lie. After me calling him like 10 times, and I guess according to my mom, I wasn't adult enough because I couldn't handle my business. She called him one time and started screaming. And it was there within a couple days. And I'm like, what was I doing wrong? Was I being too nice? I don't understand. Was I being too nice? And then that was my relationship with the Xbox 360. And wait. Then years later, they came out with the Kinect, with the Star Wars bundle, and I had to get the R2-D2. I had to get the R2-D2 bundle. Thought it was amazing. And I thought it was awesome. The Kinect, not so much. I played Star Wars Kinect, not so much. But I loved it. I actually still have my R2-D2 Xbox 360, hoping it still works, because if you don't know, I've recently had a fire. Not very recently, back in June. And now it's just in storage, and I don't even want to cut it on right now. I want to let it rest and relax. And yeah, I'm mainly playing my Xbox One, my PS4, my Nintendo Switch, of course, the current gen stuff. So basically, I got that Xbox 360, loved it, played it, until the Xbox One came out. At that point, I was diehard Xbox fan. I've always been a diehard Xbox fan. They failed me before, but I still stuck by them. My PlayStation has never failed on me, never. I had the original thick PS2 model, and then when the Slim came out, I got it like almost immediately when it came out, and loved it. PlayStation has never failed me. You would think I'd be a PlayStation fanboy. Like I said, New York City. You would think I would be a PlayStation fanboy. Some people already think I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I think I just love video games in general. I'm a video game fanboy. But Xbox got me tight, okay? You see, because we are at the bitter part of the story. The Xbox One came out. Rise, Son of Rome, Sunset Overdrive, Dead Rising, I believe it was either 3 or 4. Some cool launch games. I don't know why Rise, Son of Rome gets a lot of flack. I have no idea why. Because it was graphically pretty good. It was a Crytek game, so they already knew what it was. And I thought the combat was amazing. I have no idea what it was. People just, it was too short. So you say the game's whack because it's too short? I don't understand this. But anyway, Sunset Overdrive was another awesome game. But because it was on Xbox One, it didn't sell extremely well. And that's just what it is. And now Insomniac Studios is owned by Sony. Microsoft's lost. And then what else happens this generation? What else happens this generation? Microsoft fails to pump out exclusives. And then the one big exclusive they had coming in, Scalebound, looked amazing. Amazing. Platinum Games, Devil May Cry, type combat. Platinum Games I was like, okay, I see y'all. I'm really interested. I like the real action-y type games. I'm a fan of DMC. I'm a fan of Bayonetta. Never got a chance to finish Nier Automata, but I actually love those types of games. That's my jam. And then it gets canceled. And for a year, I decided that I don't want to play my Xbox because what am I playing it for? And then I don't know if it was after this or before it, but it was around the time where I got my Xbox One X. I got an Xbox One X. And I said, wow, this is real power, because I played like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. No, that's the second one. That's the one Assassin's Creed Origins. So I played Assassin's Creed Origins on my Xbox One X and was blown away. I was like, this 4K, this is amazing. I had just got a TV because I knew I was getting a One X, and I was amazed. So, thought it was cool. Started playing my Xbox again, Rage 2, and a couple other games. Rage 2 was a bit of a letdown. Good game, but not great like it should have been, because it was kind of on a high horse, right? So, I believe, let me see, in the middle of playing Jedi Fallen Order, around that time, I stopped it because that game is buggy. And it was a bit buggy. And I said, let me stop for a second. Hopefully it gets patched out. I decided to play Mortal Kombat 11, playing the crap out of it. Now, if you know, once again, if you know me, I don't really finish a lot of games. If it loses my interest, that's it. That's all it takes. It loses my interest. And I might not pick it up. I might pick it back up. Doesn't mean it's a bad game, but if it's either too repetitive or it has mechanics that I'm too lazy to learn or I just don't enjoy, I'm just going to put it down. You know? So I played Mortal Kombat 11 campaign for 6 straight hours. 6. And I finally started to fall asleep right at the last battle. I said, all right, let me go to bed. I wake up the next day, cut my Xbox on, finish the story, and in the middle of the credits, the game freezes. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? I go home, cool. No other game wants to open and start. All right, understood. Let me try an app. I go to open the Funimation app. Big anime fan. And that starts. So I said, let me cut the Xbox off, cut it back on, see what happens. Now it just says something went wrong and gives me an error code. And then I call, I can't even get in contact with Microsoft. They're like, oh, you can get on a chat with, one of the experts that's also fans. No, I want to talk to y'all that work there. They won't let me call them. They're giving me all kinds of runaround. And so when I finally do get in contact with them, I tell the guy, he says, okay, let me look. He said, how long have you had it? I said, 2 years. It just came out 2 years ago. I got it on November 7th, 2017 when it came out. Okay, no problem. Sir, you're out of warranty. Here we go. Here's the nonsense. Sir, you're out of warranty. Okay, what does that mean? What can I do to get this fixed? Well, nobody can fix it but us. So you could send it in and we could fix it for $250. Or you could just buy a new one. An Xbox rep said this to me. This doesn't make me happy. Not as a person who bought the Xbox One X for $500 and change, okay, because we're talking tax here, just 2 years ago. The most powerful console, mind you. Obviously, it's not the most durable console because it crashed after 2 years. And I will throw something in here. A friend of mine, I'll give you credit, TJ. A friend of mine basically said, oh, man, you confused your Xbox by finishing the game and playing it for longer than 5 hours. I was like, yo, whatever, man. He might have had a point, but still, yo, whatever, man. So then they just give me all kinds of issues and stuff like that. No problem. So now for a couple days, I'm debating on what I'm going to do. I don't have an Xbox. I didn't finish Fallen Order. I had a lot of unfinished games. And the fact that I just, Game Pass, I still have a Game Pass subscription. I loved the library and what I had access to play. I paid the money, so obviously I cared. So I'm thinking, oh, man. And then what happens? A friend of mine says, bro, I still have an Xbox One X, but it's the 2K bundle. And I'm like, I don't care. How much do you want for it? This guy looks me in the eyes and goes, give me $50. Nani? And I'm like, bro, I got that right now. Here, take it. So now in my house, I have the brand new Xbox One X, the NBA 2K20 bundle, and it's white and it got like confetti and stuff. It's dope, actually. I do not complain. My girlfriend was already trying to claim the controller. And now I just happen to have 2 controllers too. I don't have an Xbox problem anymore, but I did not like the fact that I had to jump through hoops just to get to, what do you want? Customer service. And I'm just glad I'm fortunate. That's crazy. I'm just, Xbox, Microsoft, whoever needs to work on their customer support. I shouldn't have to jump through hoops. I hit up the customer support on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, by the way. Same name on Instagram. I am the Grizz. And they even told me, yo, call them and tell them and just do this and blah, blah. I'm like, why y'all can't help me? Oh, we don't do that. Okay. This was an extremely infuriating and frustrating situation. Now, I thank God that I'm fortunate and I had a friend that was willing to give me an Xbox for cheap at that. Like literally like 90% off because it's originally $500 and I got it for $50. So Don't quote me on 90%. I suck at math. That's what I'm trying to do, get popular on the internet. And yeah, I happen to be very fortunate. But if I would have still been without an Xbox, this might have been a very different video. Let me know what y'all think about my story and what y'all think about Xbox. No mean comments, please. All right, I don't want to hear oh, Xbox sucks, or oh, that's why you got Xbox. None of that. Just come down on your comments below. Tell me if you've ever had a similar situation, even with any other companies. Let's have a healthy discussion. Lads and ladettes, let's walk and talk. It's finito.